Hello and welcome back to a year of miracles with Inner Bloom. We are on lesson 316. The declaration for today is all gifts I give my brothers are my own. Yesterday's lesson was all gifts my brother give belong to me. And I feel like I touched on this in yesterday's lesson of how like it's oh, I did because I remember I used the infinity symbol like coming I don't even know. Sammy and I record in weekly batches, so it was like a whole week since we recorded this. But um but going back to the infinity symbol of like it it's like this infinite cycle, and everything is both everything you give comes to you, and everything that is given you also is everything that you receive also is given. So it's this beautiful cycle and flow. It's not, there's really no loss. There's really no like taking or loss. So all gifts I give my brothers are my own. That means that everything that you give, everything that you, or all gifts I give my sisters are my own, or all gifts I give my siblings are my own. So everything you give is also given to you. Again, I'm going to go back to Sammy's beautiful visual of like the puzzle piece, taking the puzzle piece and putting it out, like putting it out there, and then it's also coming back in to you because it's all you, it's all one. So all gifts you give doesn't take from you, it doesn't deplete from you, it just multiplies and feeds that cycle of infinity. So you know the symbol of infinity is that side, that eight turned on its side. So that's how I kind of see it, as this beautiful cycle of you give and it comes back, and then anything that's given to you also is given to everyone else and is multiplied within you, and it just becomes this beautiful cycle. So when you understand that and you see that, I think my iPad just died. Um, when you understand that and you see that, I was just thinking, how am I going to complete this lesson without seeing it on my iPad? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the thought, hand it over to Sammy, and then Sammy can return it back to me and I'll do the prayer and everything. Um, so when you understand that, there's no more need to like, okay, well, I'm going to give only if I can get something back. There's no more need to withhold. You just give, and it becomes joyful and it becomes blissful and it feels so amazing and it feels so wonderful. And then you'll find this beautiful effect from that. And you're not doing it because of this effect. Make that very clear. Don't do this because like, oh, I want to experience this effect. It's just this like, it's this byproduct of it, and it's that you'll find that all of a sudden all these opportunities come into your life, all these people come into your life, money may come into your life, love comes into your life, but you're not giving to receive any of it. It's just the natural cycle of things, right? You're giving and it automatically comes back, and everything that's given to you, all gifts that anyone gives, becomes yours as well. It's just this beautiful, beautiful cycle. um and it's really been reflected in my own life lately. I In the past, it was kind of like, it's like it's like I would like tell people genuine things that I appreciate about them or that I love about them. And it was kind of like I felt like I was ignored, or like you're not seeing, or like people weren't seeing that like I was genuine in these things. And and I noticed in the past that like I realized that I was kind of giving in order to be like validated, right? See how loving I am, see how nice I am, see what a good person I am. And and now I've just been like not like not just super recently, but just like recently in like a bigger scheme of things, I've just been like giving, just like if a compliment comes to me, if like the nudge to like give something of mine or whatever, just giving just for the sake of giving, and it's become this really beautiful experience, like more pleasurable than finding out somebody's in love with you, more pleasurable than anything. It's been this just like blossoming of the heart. And it's true. Sammy and I talked about Lester Levinson and his story about how when he was bedridden, he did a kind of a thought experiment about like when was he the happiest in his life, and he realized it was not when he was being loved, it was when he was giving love, and then that started a domino effect of his self-realization. And I'm truly living that experience. I'm truly seeing that it's not really in what you receive, it's in giving from that pure place, giving from love, that like this, it's like this orgasmic bliss and pleasure just blossoms from your heart. It's really phenomenal. And And of course, life has no choice but to mirror it back to you. But again, we don't do it because of that, but that's just the beautiful byproduct. So I'm going to hand over the mic to Sammy. I'll be right back.
Okay, so it says all gifts I give my brothers or my own, sisters. Um, I've got a message here that when I was researching the lesson, it says there are no, to remind us of a previous lesson that says there are no private thoughts and no separate minds. What you send out, you experience. So we're not just talking about gifts, like or anything like that, or time, money. We're talking about thoughts, energy that you are putting out into the world is being reflected back to you, right? And what you think about someone will be reflected back to you. What you think about a circumstance will be reflected back to you. What you think about your business, your family, your relationships, yourself will be reflected back to you. And so, yeah, like, my mind's just blown today. So again, it just says here, if you want peace, give peace. If you want love, give love. If you want freedom, let others be free. And this is just like a penny drop moment for me. Because do you know what? I have been hitting it's so I honestly I'm going through I don't know what I'm going through this evening, but so many things now are just being like bub, 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 bub. I walked past a window earlier that just had a brick wall up against the glass. And I was like, I feel like I'm hitting a brick wall. Oh, I feel like so much resistance literally has been I have literally this image is coming through, and I've shared this one before. In Ace Ventura, when Jim Carrey is trying to get out of the rhino bum. I don't know why he comes to me when I'm facing resistance, but I'm seeing that. And I've just felt so much resistance, and it's just dropped. Like all of the pennies just started to drop. The resistance is me thinking into it, the resistance that I'm thinking and feeling within. I'm thinking it's the things outside of me. Oh, people aren't doing this, blah, 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 blah. No, it's what I'm thinking about people. It's what I'm saying about people, right? It's what I'm giving is coming back to me. And so if I give that it's not working, it's not going to work. If I think people aren't showing up, they're not going to show up. If I feel like the business isn't moving in the way I want it to move, the businesses and the people are going to be reflective of that, right? So these are all quote unquote gifts or not gifts we're giving out. And so this has been revolutionary for me, this lesson, because it's just like, oh, Karina.
I just want to add to what you just said because that's such a beautiful piece. And Neville Goddard talks about this too. And he calls everything a gift, whether it's something that you're giving negatively or something that you're giving positively. It's all gifts that we give to others and it always comes back to us. So when we judge others, that is a gift of judgment that we're giving to others, and then it's reflected back on us. And so, yeah, very perfectly put. I just wanted to interject that.
Yeah, thank you. And there's a few things that are coming through now. Like, um, if you like, so if you're sending out a gift, someone's going to receive it. That someone is you, right? It's here we go. That one has come through, and the boomerang. So I always feel it like everything that you are sending out comes back like a boomerang, right? And everything that you're giving out is a gift, but you are the one receiving it on the highest level it is you, but it'll always come back to be you the one that actually receives it in the physical as well. So this has been really eye-opening for me, and I trust that it's been eye-opening for you guys as well. It says you'll realize you were never giving away, you're remembering what was already yours. Yeah, again, if there's infinite supply, I've had so many revelations. I can't even talk. I said to Karina, I'm having a glitch. I've had so many revelations over the last couple of days. One of them being, um, by our very nature, we have infinite. We are infinite. Infinite means that there's no limitation. It can never run out. So you never have, like, you always have something to give. Always. Always. You just might not consciously understand what you're giving and therefore not like what you are receiving. Right? So become aware of the gifts that you are giving your brothers and sisters because they will become your own. That's it for me on this one.
Yeah, this is a very special lesson because yeah, a lot did there's a lot of energetic stuff in this lesson. So sit with this. All gifts I give my sisters, my siblings are my own. Yeah, so as you know, I interjected on Sammy's little and that little introduction I had, just because, it's a lot, there's, I mentioned Neville Goddard, but that's not the only person who talks about this, but it's true. It's like we give the gifts that you choose to receive. Give the gifts that you would receive, right? So it's like I could give the gift of insult, I could give the gift of judgment, I could give the gift of oh, that person's only rich because they scammed people or blah 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 blah. And then just I'm just repeating what Sammy already said, but just from the context of, how it's coming through me. Um, but it's like, okay, well then you're gonna experience people maybe as soon as you have money, maybe calling you a scammer, or maybe like there's no such thing as actually like money blocks, but like what people call like money blocks, because you've given that gift and now you're seeing it in the mirror, you're seeing it reflected in you and your life experience. So give what you would be given, right? We all desire love, peace, joy, safety, security. And the great, wonderful thing is those things are already ours. Sammy and I talked about this. That's who and what we are already at our true nature. It's an infinite fountain. It's like that pizza oven that I've talked about in previous lessons, that magical pizza oven that just makes infinite amount of pizzas or food. Yeah. And um, it's already us, and we already have infinite access to that. So what could you lose? You can't lose a single thing. So underneath all our desires, it comes back to the desire for love, peace, joy, bliss, safety, security. And since that already is us at our true nature, since that already is, we already have access to the infinite fountain of it, we give that. And in giving that, in return, we get exactly what we've been seeking this whole entire time. So beautiful, so magical, right? And um, and the only reason we choose to give gifts that are other than that is from fear, is from ego. It's from the belief in lack in the world. It's from the belief of separation, of I am separate from wealth. I am separate from love. I am separate from safety and security because I'm just this fearful little human in this dog eat dog world. But those are lies. And that you know this by now because we're on lesson 316 of A Year in Miracles. So this should be so ingrained in you at this point. So all gifts I give my brothers are my own. So give the gifts that we all desire and watch how Sammy and I use the word in a private conversation, amplifies. Watch how it amplifies. So the prayer, unless Sammy, do you have anything you want to share? Okay. The prayer is, God, I would accept your gifts today. I do not recognize them, yet I trust that you who gave them will provide the means by which I can behold them, see their worth, and cherish only them as what I want. So I'm just going to break down this prayer for a second because it also talks about another layer about this, and it's that God, I would accept your gifts today. I do not recognize them, yet I trust that you who gave them will provide the means by which I can behold them. Those gifts are our very true nature, that very infinite fountain that I talked about: love, joy, bliss, safety, security. Those are all part of that infinite divine love that we already are. Before I end it, do you have anything else you want to say? Okay, thank you so much, and we'll see you for the next lesson.